It will come out sooner or later. Mama used to tell me that quite often when I tried to hide something. Sooner is better. At least I have some control over its disclosure. Rabbi, I don't want this to be a poor me confessional. I'm responsible for my successes and, yes, my failures, and this was a big failure. No, major mistake. That makes it better, I suppose. Ironic that I'm here, Rabbi J, as I'm secular mostly. Beautiful temple. Many of my friends attend services here. Of course, I can't tell you which ones. You understand, yes? Thank you. The architecture of this synagogue is stunning. Okay, Rabbi, out with it or don't waste your time. Here goes. My Aunt Gussie passes away unexpectedly. And 3 days later, my Grandpa Lou has a massive heart attack and can't be revived. And less than a month later, Uncle Willie survives a burst appendix, only to succumb to sepsis. Heard enough about my poor family? And then Papa fell. And survives, thank God. But he was laid up in the hospital for months. And me, I'm sad. Worried about Papa. Broke. My family gave me financial support to make up for what the scholarship wouldn't cover. But with helping pay for the relatives' funerals and Grandpa's hospital and Papa's hospital bills, family money was tight. And of course, finals due, fees, rent for my one-room off-campus apartment. Being the smart woman I am, I sought further scholarships from the university, but they are few and take an excruciatingly long time. Too long after it's needed. Too late. Now it's moot. Too long. So what more could happen? Word got around that I'm an A student, and students who aren't good, particularly the ones who are failing, wish to get help. And I help them for a fee. Not tutoring, not mentoring. Writing their final papers. A ghostwriter for a hefty fee, in order that they will pass, if not soar, with their grades. I provided a good service for a requisite fee. A good businesswoman. A Jewish merchant taking advantage of a situation, as according to much literature, Jews tend to do. Ethics, the honor system, right and wrong, a paragon of pride and goodwill, all given up. The last thing I was going to do was ask Mama for money. Let me correct that last statement. The last thing I was going to do was move home and be a further burden to my parents. You'd think it couldn't get worse. You better not take that bet. You'd lose. I really don't know why the next thing happened. I compromised my values, made enough money being a ghostwriter and committing a fraud Upon the university and the students getting good grades, false good grades, you may believe that should be the end of my ethical or moral lapse, but don't bet on it. A rich boy and mediocre student who I'd helped get a good grade on an important term paper made a proposition. Gratification of a lustful desire for a bundle of money. Of course, I rejected his offer and I slapped his face to boot. He countered with more money on another day. Same result, rejection. Another round, even more money's offered, double. I countered for triple. He accepted. Oh, what the hell have I done? I could reject the whole transaction and tell him it was a joke. But years of education, including tuition and rent and food and books and the whole works, breathed fire on the back of my neck. And I could even give some of his money to my parents. They could use it. The moment arrived. It was clinical. It was like I was outside of my body and my mind. Both parties' needs met. A simple business transaction. Of course, there are hidden repercussions, and it's only you I'm disclosing them to. I'm the very definition of a prostitute. Literally. And a Jewish one at that. Books, plays, radio, television, gossip. Still has the Jew do anything for money. Money is the Jew's real religion. I've heard that from Gentiles when I was growing. Was I a living example of this belief? Absolute proof of it. Is there an even lower point in my life? A safe bet, the answer is no. I wouldn't take that bet. Just be the best good person you can be. That's what I learned in Hebrew school. That's all I want. But I am under the carrot and the stick. The girl's got to eat, no? But how can I enjoy a meal and listen with all my heart to a great song and, most importantly, look myself in the mirror? What are your political beliefs? Are you now, or have you ever been? You know? Are you patriotic enough? You've been active in some organizations that may be under suspicion of being subversive to the American ideal, and maybe even a threat to the United States of America. You must know that, miss. You're a Hebrew. I will answer yes. And then yell, what's your point? I own my own life, blemishes and all. I won't let them hurt my soul. The truth is a remedy against shame. The weapon they will surely try to use against me is now powerless. I'm not. You know the term better than I, Rabbi. I will bring no harm to another who has done no harm. Meaning, my friends who attend services here, who I can't tell you their names, but surely I will be asked about them specifically. They'll put the pressure on anyone. Rabbi J. You do understand, yes? But I won't break, Rabbi. I trust you understand. That is a promise I make to myself. And you can bet the house on that.